Hey there, this is Skinless, the guild leader for Eternal Alliance, and today we're going to be looking at something that I'm sure many of you have already gotten a good chance of looking at and have kind of a little bit of an idea of, but kind of giving a bit of an overview, a little shorthand run, if you will, of our newest game mode that has been released today on March 1st. So, obviously we've kind of seen the really cool setup for Galactic Battle, where now you have not just war but also conquest. Within conquest, the thing about this is it's been in production now for months. Everyone doing those galactic challenges, screw Beskar Mando crap, but either way, we're looking at what they've initially set up for us. Now, many people are kind of confused on what exactly is this mode. What exactly should you know? What should you get into? Here's a essentially is what I'm trying to do is give you a basic understanding of what you need to do. Now, every single person here has to do normal mode this very first time. And the reason for that being is it does not want to give anyone a disadvantage where they're like, hey, I want to try hard, and all of a sudden, oh crap, I cannot get through this, and suddenly you just hate the game. Like most of us seem to feel like every time we play Light Side TB. So within all this, you immediately off the bat kind of get to see what the bosses are of the different sectors, what the enemies pose to be. You've got your store now that is new to the game, where you have different consumables to go through and update your characters, get some shards. I mean, we got Imperial Commando. I mean, don't spend your stuff on that. But, I mean, what it comes down to is now you have another mode that is actually really well thought out and really awesome that I feel like they've done a really fantastic job on after watching a few other things. Like Galactic Challenges, you get these I guess these bantha burritos, as Arnold would say, giving him credit for that one. That gives you an idea of what exactly you're getting. Now you get these chests that will give you different rewards based on how far you are able to accomplish what you're able to do. You need 65 of these to get to the first chest there, and so you over time in each sector can get up to a specific number of these burritos that will give you new chests and new things to unlock. You can kind of look at the enemies and see what the banners are going to, or what exactly you're going to be coming up against. Now, none of these are exactly difficult per se, depending on what your roster is. I mean, you can see that you get a Gear 12 enemy at, your first sector. You get a Gear 13 Relic 0, Relic 1, Relic 2, Relic 3. So it just ramps up. And this is just normal mode. So hard mode is going to be up to R8 is what they've actually confirmed. So we're going to go ahead and go in here and take a quick look. You can see, okay, awesome. You've got your initial start. It's going to walk you through a lot of these great beginner bits of how you initially start the game. So where do you start? Well, there's not exactly a one size fits all is the key. So you have to take this in stride. You have your energy that regenerates, just like any other mode. You have your currencies. You have all sorts of great things, and this resets every 2 weeks. So you get these data discs off the bat right here. These are going to be your standard data discs, and these discs are going to be different abilities, different bonuses that you've actually seen in Galactic Challenges. So, I mean, you've got Ruthless Offense, which is going to be when an enemy falls below 100% health, 100% health, all allies gain 13% offense. So you have some offense crap in there. Then heal over time. You want to look at this other one. You've got Ruthless Swiftness. So nobody starts out with the same things. So you may have seen some other videos where you get some other discs. And so the biggest thing is going to be picking something that is key to you. Now, you'll notice that at the bottom of each one of these discs, they have a little dot. Now, these dots actually indicate how many points these take. So you can have up to 12 points on any one of your dots total for the entire battle. These are consumables that do not actually expire. So you can have 2, you can have 1, you can have up to 3. I believe it actually goes up to 4 if I recall correctly. And it costs a nominal fee to remove these. So you want to be very careful on which ones you pick, what you want. So Vitality. This is a good one for me in my mind. All allied units gain 27% max health and 22% protection. That is a very nice starting setup because that gives me some vitality, ruthless swiftness there. When an enemy falls below 100% health, I gain 22% turn meter. Great. Okay, so I can get some turn meter. For me, I'm going to start with vitality. Now, here's the thing. When you pick one, this is going to define your path. And this is something very important to think about. Because when you define your path, you can only follow connecting sectors. So if I choose a data disk in this section, I can go ahead and I can attack these guys. I can attack these guys. Or I can attack these guys, depending. So if I choose the south, I only get to attack these 2 enemies. Now, if I choose the top, I can choose these 2 enemies. So, to me, you have to not only just think about your discs, but you also need to think about what enemies lie ahead. So, whichever path you go, whichever enemies you decide to take on, you're still going to get to take on either one of these. It's just going to determine what you get down here. And over here. And so on and so forth. So, you can see the map is massive. This is all the way through just Sector 1. I mean, if you look at it, there's 5 sectors. That's why it's 2 weeks long. So, the key is that as a new player, you're going to want to think about not just what you're going to be choosing as your data disks, but also your enemies, and understand that your units are going to have a max capacity of what they can do. So, to me, you're going to want to really think about this methodically. You can go back, and here's the key is, you can go back later on and rebeat these for additional points and additional feats. 3 stars gets you 3 burritos, and so on and so forth. You fail, well, it happens. We've all lost energy there. But what you can do is you can go through, push as hard as you can, and just know that you can always come back later. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Vitality just to start, just to give an idea. So, again, this is for beginners. Just again, give you an idea. Now, I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm not saying I'm like this cool guy who's going to have a wonderful idea of how to do all this. All I'm saying is that I'm going to go ahead and kind of give an idea. So I've gone ahead and I've confirmed my data disk. If I want to remove it, I have to charge myself 5 of these points. I don't have any. I'm not going to remove it anyway. But that kind of shows you what it's going to cost to remove some of these. So you get these points through purchasing or playing and going forward. So you get your consumables here. Consumables, you know, you get your med packs, you get your boosters, you got your there's nothing available right now because we just started. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that here in a second. So I've gone ahead and I've attached this data disk. All my units are now going to get these points. So great. Boom. Okay, so now we've gone ahead and removed the top map. So what we want to do is we want to decide which battle to take on. So who to kill, what to take on. So here we go. I want to possibly either take out First Order or I want to take out my Ewoks. So here's the next part, is when you go through, you want to think about modifiers. So modifiers are going to tell you what these enemy units are doing. What makes them special? Why am I fighting Ewoks? So you get your 10 points there if you win. These are my units I can use. What is going on with these Ewoks? So I click on this here. These units have been prepared for battle. They have been studying, going through the the woods and doing all their deeds and when all these murder bears they are. So increased maxed health, you get max protection, offense, and speed, all by 60%. Holy crap! That is, that's scary to think about. So take on some very feverish murder bears, or what do we have here? Boom, let's see. We have 2 things that are involved. Blind Fury. Whenever a first ally gains advantage, they lose 20% critical chance and gain 35% critical damage. I mean, you just got right here is just saying that, you know, they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna kick butt. Over prepared. They've also got max protection bonus. So in there, you have to think about it. Do I have a better team for, you know, Ewoks, or do I have a better team for the First Order here? So at the end of the day, you have to think about those things, and then we can go ahead and take a step back and think about, okay, what else have we got here? We got event feats. Event feats here are extra bonuses you're going to get. So during the entire thing, you're going to go ahead and get these bonuses if you push forward on them. So you got your win at least 35 battles with a squad of all light side units. That doesn't really seem that hard. I mean, 35 battles. Whew. I mean, if this is how long this event goes, well, great. Awesome. Defeat 400 enemies. Win 10, battles with no tanks. 750 critical hits. These are all very, very doable aspects of the game. So you've got those. And then if I recall correctly, there's actually also feats for each sector. So you've got chances to earn points in all sorts of areas. So in all of the first feat area, the whole section, I've got gain 20, advantage. And you can do that with First Order pretty easily. So find a team that you can do with First Order. Score at least 100 critical hits. Okay, this again, not super crazy. And win at least 10 battles without losing any units. So the big thing to remember is that, yes, these are all big feats, but you have 14 days to complete these. And you've got 144 energy a day, or not a day, but at one time, that is regenerative. And you go through and you attempt to beat as many of these as possible. So those are some key aspects to be thinking about. So for those just figuring out how to go forward with this, that's how you're going to start. You're going to start off with these little individual bits. So for me, Ewoks, well, they're not the biggest challenge. Yes, they've got their Zetas. You can't click on the units. You can't tell what they have speed-wise or offense or whatever the heck they've got. So you don't know how great the Ewoks are. That's unfortunate. But let's go ahead and do one battle. I'm not going to do the whole thing here. I'm just going to kind of show you guys what some of these things mean. So you've got these little bars on your characters. When you go ahead and start, you have 100% set up on each individual. When you beat a mission, the bar goes down. So you have to think about your stamina. That is what they're calling exactly on your characters. So you want to keep in mind your stamina, which you can refill with the consumables. But you also it's a whole strategy-based game here. So, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and just for giggles, pop on my Imperial... In fact, let's just pop on my Imperial Troopers. Just to throw it down there. I'm going to go ahead and throw a character set down just so that we can kind of get an idea. Now, if you lose, you don't lose crap as far as for your stamina. But if you win, you have to keep in mind you don't lose stamina. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw this battle together. Just starting off with one set. Just going through here. Just going and taking out some guys. Boom. Nothing too crazy. Bam. Okay. So, I mean, not hard, but again, this is just the beginning. Now, this is just based upon what units you have. You could have much harder to use units. You might not be as high of a level. You might find that you can't get that super far. And that's okay. That's the thing is, you only go as far as you can make it. So you can use your best units. But this is a matter of just using your roster to its fullest. So I've just gone ahead and gotten 10 of the currency. Beat that node. I got myself three of the burritos. And I'm 3 points closer to that next chest. Right now I'm not getting crap. So the spoils of war. I don't know if that's just because it's... it's spoils of war. I'm not earning jack. So, I mean, you earn something as long as you get 15. So you can kind of see here that you get some better chests, better stuff, better things. And then once you hit that top chest there, you get the coveted Razor Crest shards. Ooh, you get 20 there. But you get all sorts of crazy stuff. Injectors, I mean, holy crap. Who does not want this kind of gear? Maybe you don't make it there. You still get some great things here. Look at that. You still get 16 Razor Crest shards for the 6th crate. You go back, 12 Razor Crest shards. You're still getting Zetas and all that too. In fact, the biggest thing to notice, look at that salvage there. You're getting 50. Not just like 5 or 6. You're getting 50 of those gears, of those 6-dot mods materials. That's insane. You go back down a little further, bam, you're getting more still. So these rewards are actually something I'm quite pleased with. Sure, I mean, you get 4 Razor Crest shards. That's not a lot to unlock it, but the thing is, this is a very, very easy, free-to-play event that you can play using your best characters and just continue to push through. So here's the thing. So you may have noticed, okay, I've used my characters there. I'm going to just take a quick look here. I got some Phoenix. I got some Resistance. Probably want to go for Phoenix. But say go ahead and jump into battle. Now you see a 90% banner on these guys. So the thing to notice with these guys here, we're going to click the little plus sign right there. Our stamina is lowered. My terrible, terrible Veers here, he is going to go ahead and have this whole issue where he's got now a lower amount of protection, speed, health. He's just not doing well. In fact, it even lowers mastery. That's a huge thing if you think about it when you lose mastery. So it's a very big stamina gain. So if I want to go ahead and try to, oh man, I have to use my Veers again. Go to add more. And this is where you start buying your different things. Your stim pack restores 25% stamina. I'm only losing 10%, but, I could replace however much I need to. Potency? Shit, replace some of my potency. So you have ways of reproducing your bits throughout the game. Now, the other thing you may have noticed, actually, is also this little counter here on the side. Stamina recovers 1% in 26 minutes and 11 seconds. So it's actually a 30-minute counter. You gain 2% back for every hour that you don't use your characters. So the key is that you want to make this a marathon. You don't want to do it too fast, because you go too quickly, you're going to go ahead and run out of your characters if you're just using the same things over and over and over again, especially when you've got as many battles as you have to. But what this kind of shows is that this is a new game mode to really push and show an excitement aspect of what we love of Galactic War in a way of it being a playable event for all types and all people, and really just giving some really awesome actually rewards. So this is just kind of a quick overview, just kind of showing you a little bit of what to expect. Now there's a lot more to come, and I'm going to go ahead and give a lot more videos later on about more aspects of this game. Make sure you never let your energy cap. Always push forward and make sure you're regaining the energy to do the most that you possibly can. Never let the hit 444. And then the other thing people might not know is that you can actually purchase energy as well, just like you could with any other game mode. You can buy more energy and be able to play more. But I guess this is kind of just a entry aspects to the game. We're going to play a lot more with it here soon and kind of show more aspects, but if you're just kind of getting a brief quick overview of what to expect, this shows it to you. You just know that once you get to these different areas, these different discs and things, just know you can only pick one or the other. So if I decide to do this battle here, I can pick this middle battle to do both, but if I choose this top battle, I can only get the cards here. So like, if I want to go ahead and read through first, so, allied units gain all this extra crap, that's great. It's just a matter of making sure you are planning ahead, reading all the aspects within the game, and giving it your best as far as for strategizing where to go and when to go there. So, because I can't go back and I can't redo that battle at the top there. I can't, it just isn't there now at this point. So, I hope that this is kind of giving you a brief overview of how you do this and how to give it a go. And I hope that you all have a really great time doing this, because this is a really fun looking mode. To all my viewers, I do hope that you enjoyed this. We'll be covering a lot more of the battles. I'll be recording most of my runs as I go through them, and to all, I hope that you've learned something. So Skinless is out.